Single mothers do all the things. In some ways, we think they get shortchanged on Mother's Day, and today we honor them. Please share this video with all the single moms in your life. Stick around and celebrate motherhood with us in this feel-good video that honors all women and mothers out there. Take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell to enjoy our weekly inspirational and nurturing videos.
This video is sponsored by Canyon Foot and Ankle. From simple nail care to advanced trauma and reconstructive care, their podiatrists have the training and skills needed to resolve even the most complex cases. Treat your feet to the exceptional care they deserve.
Typical Latter-day Saint Mother's Day honors the stay-at-home mom. How many Mother's Day speakers have we heard quote Rudyard Kipling's statement, "God could not be everywhere, and therefore he made mothers"?
How many of you, upon hearing that, feel completely overwhelmed? I mean, if God can't be everywhere, how are we expected to be everywhere? You know, Jeff, it reminds me of a few weekends ago when Elder Renland and his wife and Sister Cordone came to our stake in Layton, Utah, and talked to the women there. I was actually kind of shocked that they were there in person. I mean, we may live in Utah, but that doesn't just typically happen.
No.
But it was wonderful, and they had a Q&A where they let the women in advance ask questions that they answered over the pulpit for, I don't know, I think it was an hour and a half. And Elder Renland said, "You women tend to have an over-excessive guilt gene." And he suggested that we throw it out. And more specifically, he said that our success as mothers is determined by our desire to help our children. And that is it. It's not by how our children turn out. It's not by the choices that they make. And it's certainly not by all the things that we do or all the places that we are, because there's one of us. There's only one of us, and there is always more to do than we could possibly do. So he says, throw out that excessive guilt gene and just know that if you desire to help your children and you do the best you can with that desire, then you've done your job and you're a successful mother.
And having said that, the mothers who are truly doing impossible things are the single moms for whom full-time work is a necessity, who are trying to hold down a demanding job, maybe starting from a place of no prior experience in the workforce, getting kids to baseball practice and piano lessons and any other things their kids are doing to keep them fed and help them with homework, often just collapsing at the end of a hard day without having a single moment to themselves, and often living under constant pressure. That is the life of many single moms who are trying to do the right thing by their kids.
I remember what that felt like.
Yeah.
I was a single mom myself, so I feel you. In our Amazon bestseller, Intentional Courtship, the last chapter to be completed, even though it's chapter 5 of 20, was the chapter that I wrote directly to women, single adult women, and a lot of them single mothers. The reason it was last to be written is because I put it off, to be honest. And I put it off because I love single mothers. I love women who are doing all of these wonderful, amazing things. And I know that you need a lot of support. You need a lot of comfort and a lot of encouragement. And I know that I did when I was in that position. So I like to think of it as the crowning creation of our Intentional Courtship book, just like we were the crowning creation of this earth. Women were literally the last to be put here on this earth after it had been created. Does it mean we're better than men? No. Does it mean that chapter's better than any other chapter? No. It just means that it was the last. I do believe there's a special place in God's kingdom for every single mom out there, that your desire to help your children in all the ways that you are doing all the things, that you are enough. Your efforts matter.
Yeah, and you know, if you're in a Mother's Day celebration at your ward or your parish or whatever your denomination is, and you're hearing about moms and all the things they do for their kids, and it sounds just like a traditional stay-at-home mom, and you feel a little inadequate or like you've done wrong by your kids, don't think that way. Think about what you have really tried to do for them and how important it has been to try to do the very best that you could in less than ideal circumstances in most cases.
With Mother's Day just around the corner, it's a good idea for all of us women who have children in our lives that we have stewardship over to recognize that agency allows our children to make their own choices, and that in allowing them to do so, that's part of God's path, is us each having our own choices and loving them no matter what, and being there for them and doing the very best we can to care for them and to help them in the ways that we know how to do. I'm grateful that each of you are in your children's lives, and I hope that you'll take this weekend to nurture your own soul. And we appreciate you being here and watching this and celebrating and honoring motherhood. And with that said, I have a question for you. In what ways are you learning to celebrate all the ways that you serve your family? We would love to hear your thoughts and your ideas and even just your triumphs and the things that you're proud of as a mother in the comments. Please leave your comments. And if you're a man watching this and you have a great mother, or you have the mother of your children that you would like to honor, leave that in the comments too. We'd love to hear from the men also. And
remember, anytime, especially Mother's Day, is a great time for more love in your life. Thank you for watching.